welcome back to Celeb Under. How you guys doing? I hope you're having a great day, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about accidental Alec Baldwin shooting on set. But before we begin with today's topic, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video. A woman died in an accident on the set of The Western Russ after actor Alec Baldwin discharged a prop gun in the course of rehearsing a scene. The victim, Hallian Hutchins, was a cinematographer on the movie, which was filming at Bonza Creek Ranch in San Fran Country, New Mexico. On Thursday, October 21st, Hutchins was taken to the hospital by helicopter immediately following the shooting and was pronounced dead after her arrival. Director Joel Souls sustained injuries as well and was hospitalized. Questions have surfaced as to how Baldwin wound up with a hot gun in the first place. In his affidavit released on October 24th, Souza said the gun went off during rehearsal of a scene where Baldwin, seated on a church pew, pulls his firearm from its holster and aims directly towards the camera lens. The director explained that he and Hutchins were checking the camera angle at the time, and assistant director Dave Halls told Baldwin he was using a cold gun just before the shot. Earlier this week, the Associated Press reported that Halls had been fired from the movie Freedom's Path in 2019 after a gun was unexpectedly discharged and injured a crew member. Rust's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, told detectives she also checked the weapon to make sure they contained no live ammunition. In a November 1st interview with Fox News, Hall's attorney Lisa Terrico suggested questions about the AD track records and them being misplaced because firearm safety fell outside of her purview. He's not responsible for checking the gun, she said. That's not the assistant director's job. If he chooses to check the firearm because he wants to make sure that everyone is safe, he can do that, but it's not his responsibility. Terrico pointed out to the armorer assistant, whom she said brought the gun onto set. Attorneys for Gutierrez-Reed meanwhile maintained in a statement that their client had no idea where the live rounds came from, and that ultimately this set would never have been compromised if live ammo were not introduced. In an interview on NBC's Today Show, attorney Jason Bowles, representing Gutierrez-Reed, raised the possibility of sabotage, speculating that someone may have placed a live round in a box of dummy rounds to make a statement about conditions on set. Members of the Russ crew have since spoken about allegedly an high and chaotic filming process. In the week after the shooting, a chaotic picture is forming of the environment on set. According to the LA Times, half a dozen union camera crew workers have walked off-set in protest of working conditions, just hours before Hutchins was shot. There have been 2 misfires of the prop gun on Saturday, and 1 week before. One source told the Times there should have been an investigation into what happened. An unnamed crew member said there were no safety meetings. There was no assurance that it wouldn't happen again. All they wanted to do was rush. The Times reporter reported that someone texted the producer manager, "We've now had 3 accidental discharges. This is super unsafe." An actor who knew Hutchins, Jonathan Mibley, subsequently told people that the cinematographer stayed on set after the walkout because she felt the responsibility for everyone else's job there. In follow-up interviews with the Times, 14 crew members spoke to on-set confusion. It always felt like the budget was more important than crew members. Lance Looper, the cameraman, first assistant, said, "Everything was about the schedule and budget." Looper said, production re-engaged on promisal hotel rooms for the camera crew, an issue Hutchins allegedly resolved by making cuts to her own expenses, and that people weren't being paid. Other crew members have denied these claims. On November 2nd, Baldwin reposted a series of messages from customer Terrace's Megpale Davis, refuting the idea that Rust had been a mess. "I'm so sick of this narrative," she wrote, per Baldwin's screenshots. "I worked on this movie. The story being spun of us being overworked and surrounded by unsafe, chaotic conditions is stupid." Davis said the crew mostly worked fewer than 12 hours per day and had hotel rooms, and that producers held regularly with the safety meetings. Baldwin has mostly laid low since the incident. For his part, Baldwin called the shooting a 1 in a trillion episode during an exchange with paparazzi outside his home in Vermont on October 30th. "We're a very, well-oiled crew shooting a film together, and then this horrible event happened," he said, adding that Hutchins was his friend. "I'm not allowed to make any comments because it's an ongoing investigation. I've been ordered by the Sheriff's Department in San Fe." These were his first public comments since the day after the shooting, when he addressed the incident on Twitter. "There are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Helen Hitchens, a wife, a mother, and deeply admired colleague of ours," he wrote. And that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more content like this, and much more. We'll see you guys in the next time, and until then, take care. Bye everyone!